Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Did a bit of coverage on the Steam Autumn Sale running right now, but our good friends at Green Man Gaming are also running a bevy of great deals, and a lot of these beating out the offers that are available on Steam. And obviously with these games, you do get Steam keys and everything like that. The only thing that is a bit of a drawback is that you can't take advantage of Steam refunds. Since you're buying keys outright, yeah, you don't get to utilize refunds, which is a little bit of a bummer, but for the most part, there are some really great deals available. So let's go through this relatively quickly. Right off the top, Street Fighter 6 is 46% off for $32.46. This, in my opinion, is one of those not a sleeper. I mean, it's freaking Street Fighter 6, but one of those games that I'm a little surprised that it's not being nominated for Game of the Year. Maybe that's just an issue of it's a fighting game, and, you know, the fighting game audience is going to be super into it, but outside of that, is it going to resonate with a larger audience beyond that? Probably not, but I'm not a big fighting game fan these days, so I thought Street Fighter 6 was awesome. The single-player component for a fighting game was great. Presentation was super slick, gameplay's great, and a great soundtrack as well. So $32.46 for that. Think that's a pretty good price. Next up, we have Remnant 2, 43% off for $28.34. I haven't played this one myself, but everybody that has played it seems to talk very highly of it, and it just had some DLC released in the Awakened King, I believe it's called. You know, this is close to 50% off from its initial price point, so, you know, seems like a pretty good price. If you got a couple friends to play it with, you'll probably get you'll have an even better time with that. So $28.34 on that. Some PlayStation titles, obviously, these go without saying. Horizon Zero Dawn is down to $10.63, which honestly is highway robbery in my opinion. This is, in my opinion, one of the best PlayStation first-party titles that have come out, which might be a stretch to a lot of people. I know some people just did not like Horizon from a gameplay standpoint, and that seems to be the most divisive element. I did like it from its gameplay standpoint. I thought the story in this game was incredibly strong, like a good amount of mystery, and it unfolds at a good pace that made it incredibly engaging. Forbidden West obviously coming out early next year, probably sometime in February or March. But for now, you should definitely play Zero Dawn, and you should certainly play Zero Dawn before playing Forbidden West next year. Last of Us Part 1 is 44% off for $33.36. Last of Us 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's just a fantastic game from start to finish. I thought the pacing was incredible. I thought the story of Joel and Ellie, masterfully told in Part 1. If you guys are familiar with me, you know that I'm not a big fan of the direction of Part 2. You can think of it what you want. I kind of just like to think in my own little world that Part 1 was the entirety of the story of The Last of Us, and Part 2 don't exist. Obviously, then I am brought back down to reality and have to remember that Part 2 is in fact a thing, but Part 1 is a game that I still go back to and I play through every now and again. I mean, I completed Part 1 on PC earlier this year, had a great time with it. I'll probably play through the game, you know, once every other year or something like that going forward, especially because now that it's on PC, I just prefer playing my games on PC these days, you know, being able to play it on something like the Ally as well, or a Steam Deck. You know, that gives me reason to, every now and again, I'll be going back to Last of Us 1, probably till the day I take my last breath. But nevertheless, Last of Us Part 1, $33.36 for that. Hogwarts Legacy, 49% off for $30.59. Great deal on Hogwarts Legacy as well, a game that, in my opinion, has a great combat style, and I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but, like, even with that being said, like, I really enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy. The story didn't really click with me, but from a gameplay standpoint, I thought it was pretty damn awesome, and overall, I thought the game was really enjoyable. Could they have expanded the open world a little bit more, you know, maybe add some post-game content? Sure, but for what you get for your, you know, paying $30.59 right now, I think it's quite a good deal. Truth be told, though, I got a pre-release copy from Warner Brothers prior to this game coming out. They hooked it up, and very appreciative of that. And the game ran really well when I was playing it pre-release. Then, like, a day one patch happened, and everything went to hell. And this game was stuttering a city for me for a while. And then the subsequent patches seemingly have fixed that for me. Like, I played it, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, and my experience then was pretty damn good. So, yeah, take that for what you will, but $30.59 on that. Control Ultimate Edition, 79% off for $8.20. I know a lot of you guys are avoiding Alan Wake 2 based on the fact that it's an Epic Games Store exclusive. Control Ultimate Edition was actually, or I should say Control back in 2019 was a timed exclusive. Ultimate Edition includes the base game, the DLC, all that good stuff, and you're getting it for $8.20. It's a Steam key, and this might be a hot take, and you guys can vehemently disagree with me. I prefer Control over Alan Wake 2. I think people are going to be very much like, how can you have that opinion? But, you know, I personally liked Control more. I just felt the gameplay was more up my alley. I think the level design was better. The world design, I should say, was better. Yeah, I really enjoyed Control, and to be perfectly honest, I think it's Remedy's best game that they've put out. So yeah, obviously I'm going to be talking pretty highly of it, but, you know, $8.20 for this, no-brainer. Even if you don't want to make the Control Alan Wake 2 comparison on which game is better, Control, just standalone at this price point, great pickup, especially with the DLC content being included here. Next up, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. I don't know if this is an error in terms of GMG's pricing, but it's 52% off for $24. Guys, this game came out at the beginning of this month, so it being down to $24 from $50, like, that's kind of wild. And yes, this is a Game Mill published game, and they just recently published the world-renowned the Kong Island game, as well as Walking Dead Destinies. But guess what? All-Star Brawl 2 actually got, like, a really good reception. I think IGN gave it, like, a 9 out of 10, so, like, take it for what you will. I mean, these are some characters that a lot of you guys have nostalgic attachment towards. I've heard pretty good things about the game in terms of it being an improvement upon the first game. So, you know, at this price point, $24, I don't know, bro. That seems like a really good price, and I don't know if that's an error on GMG's part, because, again, this game just came out literally like 3 weeks ago. So the fact that it's down at $24 is kind of wild. But take that for what you will. Marvel's Midnight Sun, 72% off for $17.03. This is a tactics title done by Firaxis, the same people that brought you the excellent XCOM games. This one has a card game gimmick attached to it as well. Thought it was a pretty good price given that, you know, 70% off for a game that's not even a year old at this point. Yeah, it came out back in December of last year, if I recall correctly. And lastly, gotta give a shout to Tales of Arise, which is 57% off for $17.20. Great JRPG. Beyond the Dawn just came out. If you don't know, that's the expansion to Tales of Arise. Takes place after the conclusion of the game. I haven't played Beyond the Dawn yet, but from what I've heard, people are really upset about it because it kind of gives you like a pre-registered like group of characters as far as their level, equipment, everything like that, which you kind of have to do, because if you're over leveled, you're just gonna blitz right through Beyond the Dawn. I can see why they did that, but I can also see why people would be upset about that. But yeah, if you haven't played the base game, $17.20 for this is a great deal. It did come out 2 years ago, so kind of still holds up in price. I mean, that's, you know, it holds up in price based on me being absolutely cheap as hell, but you guys get the idea. There are $17.20 for Tales of Arise. I think is quite a good deal, and definitely would give it a recommendation. But that is going to do it for me. Again, shout out to our good friends at Green Man Gaming. Links to all of these deals in the description box below, and if you do buy anything, I do get affiliate commission, so that is much appreciated. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.